Hi there, Michael King from the Cosmosis Mentoring Centre. Today I want to share about the steps to repair a relationship after an affair. Infidelity is arguably the worst thing that can happen to destroy a relationship or a marriage. When either partner cheats, the relationship is strained to its limits. In some cases it's never mended, but it is by no means an absolute end or a deal breaker. The truth of the matter is that many couples have moved past infidelity and have gone on to rebuild their relationships. For some, it is a deal breaker, and for others, it's not. The reality is that if you are in a sexless marriage and both of you are not okay with that, then it's only a matter of time before a willing sexual partner will come along, and the one whose sexual needs are not being met is then likely to stray. I have another video you might like to watch about being in a sexless marriage. That's a very different situation to someone who just can't control their sexual urges. During our lives, we will all be attracted to others, and if we act like sexual attraction is the most powerful force in the universe, which must be yielded to, then you will never be able to have a successful relationship. After all, ignoring the exuberance of the organs for each other is the ABC of self-mastery. While this is possible to rebuild a relationship after betrayal, it is definitely not an easy road to take. Rebuilding a relationship wherein the trust has been broken can be one of the hardest things that a couple has to go through. The result, however, is worth all the effort. If you are in a situation wherein you are thinking of how it is possible to get over an affair and rebuild your relationship, then here are the steps that you can take. Number one, talk it over with a counsellor. Go and see someone who's a professional in helping people to resolve these issues. The chances are that you may not be sure if you really want to take the time and make the effort to make things work between you and your spouse again. This can be true whether or not you were the one who cheated. If you're experiencing doubts, the best thing you can do is to talk to an uninvolved party about the situation. See a professional counsel. Even though the decision is yours and your spouse's to make, talking it out with an experienced counsellor could help you clear your head and make the right decision. Number two, communicate your decision with one another. Once you've both decided that you're going to give your marriage another go, you need to sit down and talk about the decision together. You both need to lay down all your cards on the table and be committed, equally committed, to the long and probably difficult road ahead of you. The important thing is that both of you have the same goal and that you identify this goal together. Number three, talk about what happened and how it made you feel. This could very well apply to both the spouse who remained faithful and the one who cheated. The idea is for you to both speak your minds and clear the air out. Once this has been done, forgive one another and do not give in to the temptation of rehashing the incident over and over again in the future. Number four, talk about the underlying reasons for the infidelity. There is absolutely no excuse for cheating on one's spouse, but there is always a reason why it happens. Needs are not being met. Whatever that may be, it's important that you both understand the reasons that caused this to happen in the first place. On both your parts, total honesty is necessary. It will hurt, hearing all the details, but it is a vital step to letting it go. Once you're able to pinpoint the cause or the causes, you can promptly plan on ways to address the problem. Number five, make your apologies and accept the apologies. If you are the cheating spouse, it is imperative that you take full responsibility for your actions. Do not make the mistake of giving an excuse. That just makes the whole thing so much worse. Statements such as, "I couldn't help it," "It's not my fault," and the like should never be uttered. Never blame the other person for you making the decision to go outside the marriage for sex. At the end of the day, you have to accept that no matter what happened, you made that decision to cheat. No one forced you to do anything. You made the choice, and you must own that choice in order to move forward. If you are the aggrieved party, once your spouse has made their apologies, don't play games, just forgive and forget. Accept the apology for what it is. After all, at this point, you both have decided that you want to work it out, so you both have to let it go and move on. Number 6, agree on rules that both of you have to follow. The spouse who was cheated on would seem to have their upper hand here, but really, try not to take that stand too much. Instead, both of you should agree on each other's behaviour. The spouse who cheated should stop all contact with the third party. No phone calls, no text messages, no nothing, no contact. If their contacts on an instant messaging platform or social network, ask your spouse to delete him or her from the list. On the other hand, once he or she has done his or her part, stop going on and on and on about it. Number 7, and this is an important one, spend more time together. Once you have done away with the decision to forgive, you have to start making more effort to rebuilding your relationship. One way to do this is by spending more time together as a couple. Think of it as courtship part 2. Go on dates, take trips together, go home from work at a timely hour and spend the evening together. And remember, spending time together means talking and communicating about everything that's going on with your individual and married lives. This will help nurture your relationship and strengthen it. Consider marriage counselling. It might help if you see a counsellor as a couple. You might both benefit from the professional advice of someone who is not close to both of you. The first several months after the reconciliation will be very difficult, and you might need someone to help you through it. I hope you can work it out. Here at the Cosmosis Mentoring Centre, we can recommend a professional counsellor for you to work with. We would love to see you at one of our Cosmosis transformational events. We hope to see you sometime soon. Keep on loving.